Okay, this is actually exercise number 13, but it's actually labeled February 1st, 2024. Fairly simple model here. Basically, it consists of a cylinder, some extrudes, another cylinder, some slots. We do have to edit the cross section here to get this tangency here. But other than that, it's fairly easy to do this part in IronCAD. So let's go ahead and start the model. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to start with the cylinder on the end. So in this case, that cylinder diameter is 60, and the length of that is also 60, I believe. Let me double check. I got 60. So we got a 60 by 60 starting point here that we're going to use. So that's going to be our reference for our object. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop a extrude on here, and we're going to set the extrude height of this is actually 10. So I'm going to set that to 10. And I'm going to move this other handle to our center point because we have a dimension from this side to be 105 from the center point. So we can select that and type in 105 to get our overall length for this. So next, we can actually flip this to the other side. So it's going into the part. Use our tri-ball. And I'm going to position my tri-ball basically on this face, or you can move it to the edge of this part if you like, wherever you want. But basically, I'm just going to put on that top face, and then I can just align it to this point here. So we've got it tangent to the top, essentially, and we can snap it to the other side. So that gives us our base for that. We can keep the tri-ball on, hit our space bar, hold our shift key to get to the center point of this, and we're just going to do a mirror link to the opposite side as well. So that gives us our starting shape here. Next, we want to go ahead and add our cylinder on the inside. So I'm going to drop this right on the center here. And again, it's 60, so we just snap that over here, and it doesn't really matter, but we'll snap that to the top. Now, it gives us the dimension from this tangency to here, so not from the center point. We can do the calculation if you like, or we can just move the tri-ball to the tangency, then lock and edit distance from point. And from here, it's going to be an offset of 50 from there. And you can see it doesn't really create tangency here, so what we have to do is actually edit this shape to have basically a boss extrusion of this. So we're just going to edit this cross section in here. And so what we need to do is really, we're going to draw a line from our tangency out here and another one from here to here. And then we can draw our 2 point to close that off inside of there. And what we do is we'll trim this off here. So what we do know is this distance here, so since we offset that cylinder, which is 60, we offset it 50, so that's actually 80 from this outer edge. So what we can do is just project this for a temporary usage inside of here, put a smart dimension here, or we can use our profile dimensions. I'll show you that as well. So I'll just kind of show you that. So we can put this here. We know that's going to be 80 inside of it. So that's one way to drive it. Another way to drive this, let me show you this, is kind of unique. So let me just delete this. So if you turn on your display endpoint dimensions, when you select this, you can see where it's referring to here. And you can actually drag this down to the other side, and it's going to give you that position dimension where I can say 80 there. So we can just move that just using those dimensions without using any constraints at all. So that's one way to do it. We can just delete that curve when we're done. And now we know we don't have any of this other stuff here. We just have our extrusion. We can hit finish, and that will give us our nice tangency here. So that's an easy way to do that. Next, we need to put our slot inside of here. So I'm just going to put our cut slot onto this part, and it's rotating the wrong way. So just turn our tri-ball on, lock an axis, grab this handle, and make it align to an edge. And we know the center of this is going to be 20 from the end. So we can just move this over to here, the value of 20. And now we just can set the values to this. So we know the width of this is actually 15. And this size is symmetrically, so we don't have to worry about it moving. So we just set that to 15. And we know this is actually 25. And we have the radius is on there for a 15. So a total of 15. So it's 40. I think there we go. 25 plus 5. Yeah, 40. So we're going to set the overall length as 40. And we can essentially pull this down inside of there. So math skills were a little slow there, but anyways, we've got that. Next, we can go ahead and add our blends to this. So these are going to be 8mm blends on the end here. So we can apply those quickly and hit OK. And last, we're going to put our through cylinder here onto this, and it's got a diameter of 25. And now we need to add a chamfer, so we can just go into our chamfer edge, select that cylinder there. It's going to do both sides of this, and we want to do a distance angle of 5 and 45. So that'll get both ends for us to get the shape. So now we know this is the shape that we want. We can look at our properties here. We know we have a mass density of 7,800, and the mass is 2216. So that's this shape on exercise number 13. hopefully you enjoyed.